Hello people, you're welcome to my channel. See your own boy MC Bernardino. This is Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino, where I basically dish out information for those that want to migrate to Canada or those that are in Canada. You can always tune on to this channel. So are you new on this channel? Is this your first time of coming to this channel? This is Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino. Please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. Please, and please, the only way you can encourage me is to subscribe to this channel. Please, thank you very much for doing that. Alright, on today's episode, you remember the last time I told you about the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which is being run by IRCC in conjunction with 11 communities. So, and I promise you that I will be dissecting each community. So on today's episode, I will be telling you about one of the communities, which is Sault Ste. Sault Ste. is one of the 11 communities that the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program is being piloted with. So I'll be telling you about the Sault Ste. Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, how to go about it, what are the requirements, are they accepting people right now, the basic information about them. That's what I'll be dissecting. So you want to call your friends, call your neighbor, call everybody around you, grab a cup of coffee because it is loaded.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Okay, just a quick background information about Sault Ste. So Sault Ste. is a city on the St. Mary Rivers in Ontario, Canada. It is close to the US-Canada border. It is seated on the Algoma district and the third largest city in northern Ontario after Sudbury and Thunder Bay. I mean, all I can tell you is it's a very nice city. I mean, it's in Ontario and it's a nice place for you to be. So into the population as of 2016 is 73,368. That's the population as of 2016, and I know they must have grown beyond that by now. So you want to read up more information if you really want to know about Sault Ste. All I can tell you is a city in Ontario and it's in Canada, a nice place to be. Okay, so now this is the Sault Ste. Website, and if you want the link, you can get the link in the video description. I'll be linking it in this video description. So this is the website, and as you can see, the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilots. I mean, they are what? Sault Ste. is one of the 11 communities. So Sault Ste. was recently selected as one of the 11 communities across Canada to participate in the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot. Due to the requirements of the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Project, we are not able to accept applicants until later November 2019. So basically, I said it earlier in this video that so they haven't started accepting people, but in this month of November, before the end of the month, this website will be fully functional and they will start accepting people. So all I can tell you is that you need to be ready. You need to have your information, all your credentials available. So once it's open, you need to always check. Once it's open, you can just tap into this. In addition to that, all the eligibility criteria, I've already said it in my last video on the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, so I don't need to repeat it again, but you can go through it as you can see it on their website. All you need to do, how you can go about it. So first thing first, you need a recommendation from any of the community, which Sault Ste. is one of them. And another thing again is you need 1 year of continuous work experience, at least 1,560 hours in the past 3 years. You need that for you to qualify. For additional information, you can read through. Don't forget I told you that you need a genuine job offer from an employee in Sault Ste. I'll be telling you more about that. And skill level, don't forget I also told you in my last video that skill level NOC O, A, B, C, or D. These are what they require from any employer in Sault Ste. and it's okay. International student too, you can get additional information on this website. So I don't want to draw so much about what I've already told you. For the language requirement, don't forget I told you in my last video that for NOC O, you need CLB 6, NOC B, you need CLB 5, and for NOC C, any job in NOC C, you need CLB 4, which is good enough as compared to express entry. Educational requirements, you need to, as an international student, if you didn't study in Canada, you need to do your ECA, Educational Credential Evaluation. And don't forget that it lasts for 5 years, so you need to watch out for that. And settlement fund is also very paramount. It is relatively lower as compared to express entry. When you visit this website, click this link, you'll get more information about that, but I can assure you it is relatively low. And last but not the least is that I told you that for you to be seem to be viable for this program, you need to have intention to live in Sault Ste. Marie. To participate in this, you must plan to live in Sault Ste. Marie. Don't forget that this video is only dedicated for one of the community, which is Sault Ste. Marie. So you need to prove that you want to live in Sault Ste. Marie for you to be qualified for this program. All right, so when you go down, let's go to the 10 reasons why you want to come to Sault Ste. Marie. What do they have? I mean, why would you like to come in here? So top 10 reasons to move to Sault Ste. Marie would be being dinging. I mean, so that's just telling you about the historical, the artifacts. If you want to know about Sault Ste. Marie, it's something you want to look into. So Sault Ste. Marie defines walks of life, it's balance. I mean, I know a lot of friends that actually live in this community. They have good jobs too. I'll be taking you to the career section so you can see the kind of jobs they have in Sault Ste. Marie. And Sault Ste. Marie is a meeting ground. I mean, for different culture, different background, people from different ethnicity afford a good home. I mean, houses here, you don't forget that Ontario and Vancouver is saturated. The houses here are very expensive. In Sault Ste. Marie, it is relatively cheap. I was looking through it. I mean, you can get a 3-bedroom for relatively twice as lower as what you can get it in Ontario. And grade and choice of education training, I mean, it's top notch. Don't forget you are still in Canada, so you're not missing out on anything. It's a world-class destination. A lot of, if you want to go on tourists, so many historical places that you can visit. And they talk about winter, they talk about summer, which is just like we have it in Canada. So you can read more about that if you are really interested in that. So what I want to show you again will be, I would like to take you through the career section. How do you apply? I mean, for people that want to apply, let us go to the industry. Let us see the employers. What kind of job do they have in Sault Ste. Marie? So the industries and the employers, I mean, they have manufacturing industry, steel manufacturing for the engineers. I know you'll be able to get jobs in manufacturing, fabrication industry. So they have the manufacturing industries here. For agri, forestry and forestry products, I mean, if you study anything of that background, you should be sure that you will get job in this sector. Lottery and gaming, there are jobs for you too. The IT sector, I mean, you'll be very sure. So for the smart and renewable energy tech, you will also get job in this sector too. So if you feel you have any qualification in this, work experience in this field, Sault Ste. Marie is a place for you to be. Digital economy, IT industry, Sault Ste. Marie is calling you. You better start looking into this. The aviation industry is also not left out. Sault Ste. Marie is also a place that you want to consider. So let us now look at the career section, still on the website. And so on the career section, this is where, if you want to apply for job, this is where you need to come to. I mean, here you can see different jobs that are being advertised. I mean, as of November 13, a position was advertised for senior data engineering specialist. So all you need to do is, if you want to go about this, is you need to look for this job and see if you qualify for it. Read through the requirements. If you qualify for it, apply for the job. So if you apply for any of this job, project manager is also here too. If you apply for any of this job and the employer deem you fit into the position after the interview, whatever, and you're chosen, then the employer will send your name to the government of Sault Ste. Marie, and Sault Ste. Marie government, they will do the processing for your paper, and before you know it, you will be given invitation to apply, and before you know it, you are in Canada. Don't forget that when you come into Canada, you have to live in Sault Ste. Marie. So another position for business analyst, director of, so just go to this this page on the website, the career page, and you'll see a lot of job advertisements that you might want to apply for. And if you're so lucky, nurses are also required here in Sault Ste. Marie. So, and if you're so lucky, you will be given an extension to apply. I mean, it is that pretty easy. So let me take you to the upload your resume section, still on the website. So as at the last time I checked, it is not open. So just like I said here, resume cannot be uploaded at this point. Please come back and try again later. So basically what it's just saying is that they are not so you can't upload your resume now. So what I will advise you to do is this. You need to come back to this website frequently. I mean, you want to do it, it might be a daily ritual for you. Come in here every day so you can check when it's open for you to upload your resume. Because when you upload your resume, then employers can visit the website and they can see your qualification, and by so they can extend invitation for you to apply for a particular job. They will interview you, and if you're lucky, your name might be sent to the city or the government of Sault Ste. And before you know it, they process your paper and you are in Canada. So this is one viable way for you to come into Canada. Don't forget I told you, and you can read on their website, that it is not open yet, but they will be opening anytime later in this month of November. So you might just want to keep checking. All right. So if you need additional information on this, you want to read more, do your own personal research. I just brought this for you because I feel I already promised I was going to do that. And that's why I brought this for you today. So if you want to contact them personally, you can do that too. So all you need to just do is come to the contact us section, and you get their information there. If you want to call them, you want to send them an email, their address is here. If you want to call them directly, the phone number is here, their email is there. You can also send them a message on the website too. If you have any question, anything you're not clear about, they will be willing and ready to answer your question. So guys, if you feel you need additional information on the Sault Ste. Marie Rural and Northern Immigration Program, you are free to come to this website. I will link in the website in the video description below. So guys, if you have any question, anything you're not clear about, please feel free to drop it in the comment section below. All right, so let me take you through the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program step-by-step guide to permanent resident. How does it work? So many people are asking me that question. So first and first is communities selected to participate in this pilot program. There are 11 of them. I already told you about that. Sault Ste. Marie is one of them, which this video is dedicated towards. So the next thing is that there are two things. So these 11 communities, there are two approaches to it. So the first approach is that communities, Sault Ste. Marie for example, or employer in Sault Ste. Marie, the approaches candidates. So the community can, or the employer can approach a candidate directly. So how do they do that? So when, take for instance, the Sault Ste. Marie that I'm using as a case study, when they open the website for people to start applying later in this month of November, you can go in there and show your interest. So you can also upload your resume too. So employers, communities can see your information from there. They can pull you out. And also, alternatively, prospective candidates can also approach community or employer. So you yourself too, rather than waiting for employer to approach you or community to approach you, you can approach them by uploading your resume, by showing interest to live in such community like Sault Ste. Marie. So it's either they approach you or you approach them. So it could go either ways. So after that, so if either of them happens, so the next thing is candidates submit application for recommendation. So you submit your application. Once you have been approached or you approach them and you make an headway in that, then you have to submit your application for recommendation. So after that, committee reviews application and select best fit candidates. So then they will review your application and see if you fit in properly. So the next step will be community recommend candidates, making them eligible to apply for IRCC for permanent. So then if the community feel that you're viable, they want you in their community, they feel that you can impact their community positively, then they will recommend you to the IRCC, which is Canada Immigration, the federal level for your permanent residents. So next thing will be candidates submit permanent resident application to IRCC. So once they recommend you, then IRCC will request you to submit your permanent residency application. So the next thing will be candidate is assessed against federal selection criteria and admissibility requirements. So don't be scared about this. What this is just saying is that then they will check to see whether the information you have is correct. They want to check you have some form, just like the way you do in the express entry. So they just want to make sure that all the information you have, they want to go through it. Basically, what you will just be submitting is what you've submitted for the one of the community, which is Sault Ste. Marie that you've applied for, or any of the community that you wish to choose. So if you are successful with that, then candidates will obtain permanent resident. Then they will give you your permanent resident. IRCC will give it to you. And the last thing will be you come into the community, you're welcome in the community, and you've landed in Canada. So this is one way or the other devoid of express entry. It's independent of express entry. So it's a way for people to migrate into Canada, irrespective of your age, irrespective of if you have, this time around, you're not so much concerned about having a high score in IELTS, and you're not so much concerned about having huge settlement fund. Is pretty lower as compared to express entry. So this is an alternative. So this is a step-to-step step-by-step guide to permanent residents using the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. Now, just to summarize everything I've told you about the Sault Ste. Marie Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, as you can see from the website that the program hasn't commenced. It will be commencing later this month rather. So what I would just advise you is this: go to the website every day, because you don't know when it will kickstart. You don't want to be left out, because we don't know if they have a particular quota that when it is filled, they will close it. So you want to make sure that make it a point of duty to go to the website every day to check when it kickstart, because the moment it opens, you want to make your intention known. Because I told you it is two ways. You can make a recommendation, or they can actually look for you, but you don't want to wait for them. Make your recommendation, let them know the intention that you plan to reside in Sault Ste. Marie. Also, at the same time, go to the resume upload section, which presently now you can't, but later, you don't know, any day within this month, they will open it. Upload your resume. Make sure you pimp your resume up very well. Make sure it's well laid out, and submit your resume so that employer can actually go to the website and pick you out. So these are what you need to do in earnest. So I want to advise you, Sault Ste. Marie is a nice place. I've given you the background information about it. It's in Canada, it's in Ontario. It's a nice place for you to be. So you want to take your time to be on top of your game, because just like we know, the express entry is becoming a very top notch to get now, because the last draw that was done was 472, which is high. Some people, age is their concern. Some people, they're having struggles with their IELTS. Some people, it is a settlements fund that is their problem. But with this Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, it is more relaxing, and you can actually get in through this pilot program. So you want to make sure that you make it a point of study to always check this website every day. Alright, so let me quickly go to the think about the segment. We always drop it for you guys to think about it and you act on. Right, so on the think about this segment, I decided to bring the motto of Sault Ste. Marie. I mean, it's very nice for you to know what the motto is. Okay, so the motto, the phrase simply says Ojigwe Ji Gami Odemna. So this is the First Nation language in Canada, and it simply means settlement near the Ojigwe Big Lake. So Ojigwe is one of the lake in Sault Ste. Marie. So that's what the motto is saying. So you might want to just put that down, because it might be very helpful for you in one way or the other. So it's been a wrap, guys. I hope you actually enjoyed the video I brought for you today. If you want me to talk about anything else, drop it in the comment section. And don't forget, guys, the remaining 10 communities, I will be dissecting each one of them. I'll be bringing a video to you just to inform you on how to go about it. So for additional information, guys, go onto their website and do your own personal research too. If you have any question, any comment you want to drop for me, feel free to drop it in the comment section. You can also reach me on my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. I'm always there to answer your questions. Alright, guys, it's been a wrap. Till I come back to you guys with another wonderful, informative, and educative program on Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino. Stay your own boy, MC Bernardino. Peace out, guys. One love.